Hey, thank you for watching. My name is Arit. The topic of the video today is how to nail your first week at a new job. Now, a lot of the people that come through DiVA do so having applied to one of our vacancies, which is either in a company or a sector they've been dreaming to get into. Now, having slugged it out during the application and interview process and crossed the finish line with that all-important job offer, it's not long before the fairy dust of excitement settles and makes way to a wave of nervousness and sometimes anxiety, because it can be the first kind of job in a formal business environment. And you also get a lot of what if questions, like what if I don't fit in, what if they don't like me, what if I don't like them, what if I want to leave, what if. So having heard pretty much every what if question there is under the sun, I have 10 tips that will help you overcome your first day nerves and ultimately stand you in good stead as you continue to develop through your career. So number one, prepare. Now, preparation starts the night before and not the hour before you leave the house. And I say that as much to myself as I say it to you, because I can be so last minute .com that is not even funny. So use the night before to prepare, so get your outfit ready. If you're someone that likes a packed lunch, then sort that out the night before. Also pack your bag, and by that I mean make sure you've got a notebook and pen ready. Don't assume you're going to be given those when you start. And also do a quick sweep of the transport links to make sure there's no planned engineering works that might cause delays to your journeys. And I'd also do that again the following morning, just in case there's been an emergency first thing. And last but by no means least, under the tag preparation, I would also get to bed early. Now's not the time to be watching TV or playing on social media up into the wee hours of the morning. Make sure you get an early night, because then if you get an early night, you'll be able to do point number 2, which is get up early. And I talk a lot about the benefits of getting up early in my video, how to stay motivated when you're job hunting. I'm an early riser and I'm more productive, proactive. I can plan, I'm more planned for the day, and also able to respond to challenges in a much more optimistic way. So do get up early. And as the old saying goes, early to bed, early to rise makes man and woman healthy, wealthy and wise. So get up early. And when you do that, you'll be able to enjoy point number 3, which is have a good breakfast. Now, I know some of you are like, oh, I'm not a breakfast person, but even just a piece of fruit or a slice of toast will do. There's loads of research out there that talks about the benefits of having breakfast, both mentally and physically. So try to get something in your system before you leave the house. And when I say something, I don't mean a sugary treat like a donut or a pastry, because you'll get that like sugary high that's usually followed by a mid-morning slump, and you don't want to be snoring your way at 11 o'clock on your first day. So try to keep it healthy, but do have a good breakfast. So number 4 is arrive early. And it sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised at how many people have turned up late on their first day, and it leaves a really bad impression. And even if it's genuine, like you've been caught up on the trains or whatever, it still sounds really feeble. It shows that, well, why didn't you leave a little bit earlier than anticipated to allow for those? Or why didn't you check to see if there were going to be any planned delays? So it's always good to arrive early. And when it says you've got a 9 o'clock start, that means that you are at your desk, computer fired up, coffee or tea in hand, ready to start work at 9 o'clock. It doesn't mean that you're walking through the door at that time. So try to leave your house around 15 to 20 minutes early, because ultimately, even if you get there like 20 minutes early and you're like, oh, I'm not going in now, you can at least go and have a cup of coffee or something or walk around. But that's far better than rocking up late. So number 4 is arrive early. Number 5 is get to know people. Now, you really want to fit in with the team as quickly as possible, and you're not going to be able to do that if you're like hiding behind your desk. Don't assume that people are going to come up and talk to you because you're the new person. They're not being rude. They could just be like mega busy and just their heads are down into their work. So take it upon yourself to go and introduce yourself to people. And if you're really shy, then start with those who you're working with on a more regular basis, but do make it one of your goals to speak to someone new every day in a different department. And if you're working in like an open plan office and it's cool for you to like have your headphones in, don't, because for you learn, at least not in your first couple of weeks, because you learn through osmosis. And if you've got your headphones in, you're not going to be able to hear what people are saying on the phone, what they're saying to one another, because the quickest way you can get up to speed is by listening to what's going on. And also you get to know about the office culture and the politics. You get to know who's who and who you can go to ask questions that you don't feel you can ask your boss. So number 5 is get to know people. Number 6 is be a sponge. Ask loads of questions, keep your ears open so that you can learn and take stuff in. Like, I love it when we've got new employees who come like ready with questions and comments, because it shows that they're enthusiastic about the new job, about what we're doing, and they want to get a greater understanding. And asking questions, you know, it's not a weakness, it's actually a strength, because you just want to get up to speed and learn as quickly as possible so you can become hugely proactive and productive in your new role. So don't be afraid to be a sponge and ask questions. And number 7 is get organized. Like I said earlier, have your own notepad and pen ready, because on your first few days you're going to get thrown loads of information and you've got to have a system for keeping track of that. So if you're someone who's a to-do list, get your list ready, you write your post-its, calendar invites, whatever your method is, make sure you get organized so you can stay on top of your game. And also if you've got like a bad habit, now's the time to start to kind of put in a solution to get around it. So say for example, like you've never been that great at prioritizing, start now by asking people when your boss gives you a task to do, start by asking them, when do you need it by, and put that deadline into your calendar or your to-do list. And that way you can stay on top of the tasks that are coming your way, because don't think that your first few days you're not going to be given a lot. You may well be thrown in at the deep end, and you want to show that you're on your game. So number 7 is it? Get organized. Number 8 is be enthusiastic. You know, you've applied for the job, you interviewed for the job, and you've got it. So you can't like rock up there half-hearted. You know, be enthusiastic, and that all comes from being organized, arriving early, going beyond the call of duty. So if your boss says, oh, I need this by Friday, then you say yes, but see if you can do it by close of play on Thursday. You know, I always say like under promise, over deliver. So say for example, you know it's going to take you like an hour to do a task, then just say, oh, it might take me an hour and a half, and then at that way when you come in at an hour, you kind of over delivered, and you want to kind of set that up from early as you can. So number 7, be enthusiastic. Number 8, be enthusiastic. Number 9 is set expectations. I think it was Oscar Wilde that said, assumptions will make an ass out of you and me. Never assume anything. So during that first meeting with your line manager, you want to find out what their expectations of you are. So say, look, when you generally start a new job, you're usually on a probationary period, which can be anything from 1 month to 6 months. And during that first meeting, just ask, what are your expectations of me? Like, what does a good job look like during the first week? What are you looking, what by week 2, by month 1 and month 2 or month 3, are you looking for me to, what level are you looking for me to be operating at? Because when you have an idea of what they expect of you, then you know how you're going to be measured by the end of that period. So and when you ask, don't just ask in note it down so that you remember, and you'll be able to monitor yourself and check yourself against your progress. So that's number 9 is set expectations. I should say / don't assume. And number 10 is make your mark. Now is the time from day one to start delivering on some of the things you saw during your interview process. So say for example you said, oh, I'm really good on social media. Take some time out, if you've not done so already, to look at their social media pages and also get behind the data so you can analyze what's working on what platform at what time is best. And when you have that information, start to put forward ideas, you know, of how things could be improved, or what you want to tinker with, or maybe there's a new platform that they're not engaged in that you think would be really good for them to start to set up. But do that. If you've moved into an admin role, take time to learn their processes, how they do things, and where the bottleneck areas are, or where things start to begin to falter, and then put forward ideas of how you could smooth out that process. But ultimately, you got to start walking out what you sold during the interview process. Well, I hope you found that useful. I'm going to say it from the top what the 10 tips are. So number 1 is prepare. Number 2 is get up early. Number 3 is have a good breakfast. Number 4 is arrive early. Number 5 is get to know people. Number 6 is be a sponge and ask loads of questions. Number 7 is to get organized. Number 8 to be enthusiastic. Number 9 is to set expectations, never assume. And number 10 is to make your mark. Well, I hope you found that useful. Feel free to share, to give the video the thumbs up, and share away, and click on the link below for an update on current vacancies at DiVA. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.